अच्छा भाई, आज हम लोग निकले हैं अफ्रीकन लायन सफारी के लिए और ये उसका रास्ता है। काफ़ी जो है वो खेतों वाला रास्ता है, खूबसूरत। और अब हम वहाँ जा रहे हैं क्योंकि वो थोड़ा डिफरेंट होगा। उसमें एनिमल्स खुले हुए होंगे और उसमें दो ऑप्शन होते हैं कि आप अपनी गाड़ी ले जाएं या उनकी गाड़ी में अंदर जाएं। तो हम अपनी गाड़ी नहीं लेके जाएंगे क्योंकि वहाँ पे मंकीज़ वगैरह भी होते हैं। हम जो सफारी वाले हैं उनकी अपनी ही बस में जाएंगे। तो अब हम रास्ते में हैं, वहाँ पहुँचने वाले हैं और फिर वहाँ जाके वीडियो बनाएंगे। ये है भाई अफ्रीकन लायन सफारी की एंट्रेंस। ये देखो भाई, ये तो इतनी लाइन लगी हुई है, रश है भी खाने पीने का भाई तो। हाँ, और पार्किंग भी अभी हमने पीछे छोड़ दी है जिसमें काफ़ी रश है। लेकिन हमने क्योंकि मैप में पार्किंग ही लगाई है, इसलिए जो मैप हमें जहाँ लेके जा रहे हैं हम वहाँ जा रहे हैं। अब पता नहीं ये लायन सफारी का रश है या कोई ऐसे ही पार्क है। हाँ भाई, ये देखें। अब हम ज़रा करीब जाएंगे तो हमें पता चलेगा क्या सिचुएशन है। अच्छा जी, हमने जो एक्सपेक्ट किया था उससे तो ज़्यादा ही रश है। हालांकि हम इतनी जल्दी आए, जल्दी तो नहीं आए, 12 ही बज रहे हैं, लेकिन फिर भी जल्दी है। 12-22 निकलते निकलते हमें टाइम लग गया। तो इस साल इनकी गूगल रिव्यूज़ पर रेटिंग भी बहुत अच्छी थी, तो शायद इस वजह से जो है काफ़ी सारे लोग आए हुए हैं। कितनी है? ओके, हम आ चुके हैं लायन सफारी। और अब यहाँ पे कंफ्यूजन ये है कि हमने इसका जनरल एडमिशन तो ले लिया है, जो अंदर आने का एडमिशन है, और वो उसमें आपकी गाड़ी भी शामिल है। अब हमारे पास ये चॉइस है कि या तो हम अपनी गाड़ी लेकर ही इस रास्ते से जो है वो चले जाएं आगे, और वो एक पूरा पाथ है जिसमें रुकना मना है और गाड़ी के शीशे बंद रखने का उन्होंने कहा है, और हम अपनी गाड़ी ले जाएं और देख लें सारे जानवरों को। लेकिन ऐसे में ये होगा कि एक तो आप गाड़ी रोक नहीं सकते, पीछे से हॉर्न आ सकता है, और दूसरा फिर इनको गाड़ी भी चलानी पड़ेगी, तो फोकस कैसे होगा जब हम गाड़ी चलाते रहेंगे। अगर हम फिर इनकी बसें भी जा रही हैं और अगर हम इनकी बस लेते हैं तो बस का टिकट एडिशनल है, और बस भी बस पूरी बंद बस है, ऐसा नहीं कि खिड़कियाँ खुली हुई हैं कुछ है। तो हमने हर हाल में देखना बंद में से ही है, गाड़ी भी बंद हो या फिर बस बंद है। तो अब हम यहाँ पार्किंग में रुक के सोच रहे हैं कि हमें क्या करना चाहिए, हम अपनी गाड़ी लेके जाएं या फिर बस का टिकट खरीद के बस से जाएं। तो लेट्स सी क्या होता है, हम क्या डिसाइड करते हैं।
तो अभी जो है हम इस कंफ्यूजन में हैं कि बस लें या ना लें या पहले ट्राई कर लें, एक राउंड मार के आ जाएं अपनी ही कार में। हमें इतनी टेंशन नहीं है कि मतलब कार हमारी यूज़ में नहीं होती तो सोचते भी नहीं और बस ही ले लेते डायरेक्ट। लेकिन मैं सोच रहा हूँ बस देख के आए क्या है उसमें, बाहर का व्यू ज़रा सही नज़र आएगा भी या नहीं। तो लेट्स सी ट्राई। कुछ लोग उतरे हैं बस से, ये बस जाती है, और हमने इनसे पूछा कि भाई कितना टाइम लगता है एक राउंड पूरा करने में। तो 1 घंटा लगता है तकरीबन एक राउंड पूरा करने में। तो देखते हैं। चले भाई, फाइनली डिसाइड हमने यही करा है कि चलो बस का टिकट ले लेते हैं। पहले बस में ट्राई कर लेते, फिर अपनी कार में देखेंगे अगर टाइम मिला तो बस 1 घंटा लगाएगी पूरा ट्रिप कवर करने में। लेट्स यहाँ से बस का टिकट खरीदना है। ये प्राइस में टिकट बस का ये जहाँ से हम टिकट खरीदे हैं वहाँ पे एक छोटी सी शॉप बनी हुई है। तो कुछ आपको ख़रीदना हो, जैसे कैप है, अफ्रीकन लायन सफारी, छोटे टॉयज़ वगैरह हैं। बैग में लायन की शक्ल बनी है, अच्छी दुकान, छोटी सी शॉप। फाइनली हम बस पे बैठ गए हैं भाई। अब देखें कब निकलती है, 1 बजे का टाइम है उसका। बिल्कुल ही एंट्रेंस पे बैठे हम लोग, फर्स्ट सीट है।
My name is Emily and I'm very pleased to be your guide as we tour around our park today. We'll be driving along 8 kilometres of trail. There's 7 large game reserves. I'd like to remind everybody that with the exception of water, there is no eating, drinking, smoking or vaping on the bus. As well as I ask that you remain seated for the duration of our tour. Conservation and education by Carlos D. in the summer of 1969. Our park is comprised of over 740 acres, however we'll only be seen about a quarter of that throughout our tour today. African Lion Safari is extremely proud of our international reputation we have earned for our excellence in care, management and breeding of some of our rare and endangered species, as well as a proud member of CASA, which signifies excellence in care and management, as well as commitment to conservation and education.
सबसे अच्छी बात है कि 1 बजे निकल गए फिक्स।
One set of gates is open at a time. This is to prevent any animals from inside the park trespassers will be eaten. However, this is as a joke, it is also a friendly reminder that all of our animals are wild and do not let their gentle looks fool you. What to see cattle? We'll get another look at them in just a moment. Off to the right hand side we have our llamas, and on our left hand side we do get another look at our Wet'suwet'en cattle. The llama was first domesticated by the ancient Incan civilization a few thousand years ago. They have been used as a pack animal for centuries, so they are hardly ever ridden as they do possess a host. If you look directly ahead of the bus, coming up to the right hand side, past that fence line, they can
ये लॉइन है लेकिन अभी करीब जाएंगे इधर है भाई चीता देखने लायक
We have two more of our cheetahs here on our left hand side. Size, power, and bearing have captured the human imagination since the earliest of times. Is often called the king of beasts. Though many people associate the lion with Africa as a species, they actually developed much farther north and were endured during the last ice age. Their domain is now limited to areas south of the Sahara, with a small number still living under protection in the Gir Forest of India. Each pride has their own territories, but elephant is the Gir. It is only a male lion which grows a mane. Their mane begins to develop at
शेर लॉइन ओह वाइट लॉइन वाओ
White lions are also known as blonde lions. They are not albino. The color of their coat is due to a genetic condition called leucism. Leucism inhibits the melanin from migrating down into the hair follicle, producing a paler colored lion. White lions do still have visible pigmentation in their eyes, lips, and paw pads. Similar to the tawny lions, their eyes are typically hazel or golden, though some do have blue, blue-green, or gray eye color. Dismisses superstition accounts of the white lion have been around for centuries in Africa. According to African folklore and legends of over 400 years ago, lions were children of the sun sent to earth as gifts. They now exist in the region of South Africa known as Titabadi. You see holy white chevron between their eyes, two white spots on either cheek, along with large ears. Off to our left-hand side, the three great cattle hanging out. We have our miniature zebu, a miniature breed of cattle, meaning they are not bred down from a larger-sized cow. To be considered miniature, the male zebu must not exceed a weight of 600 pounds or a height of 42 inches. They are known for being gentle, intelligent, and relatively easy to care for, as they require little space to care and are extremely hardy as practices. They're known to eat small prey such as birds, mice, and insects. Playful and friendly as puppies can seem, they can also be quite dangerous as they have extremely sharp teeth and they are not afraid to use them. As such, we do caution our visitors not to open their windows, as feeding our baboons is best left to everybody.
very ordinary
Coming up to our left-hand side, we have our zebra, as well as some sandy brown goat-like animals will be our Barbary sheep. The zebra is considered the wild horse of Africa, and unlike the domestic horse, they're almost impossible to train as they have neither the endurance nor the gentleness that makes the horse a friend of man. The from a curious shape of their horns, which resemble a scimitar, an Asian sword with a curved blade. They are predominantly white to reflect the heat in the sun, though they have a reddish brown patch across their chest and neck and black markings on their foreheads and noses. But a slate gray. They're either named the Afrikaans or by meaning wide or square lips.
very
feet tall and weighs close to 5,500 pounds. The agreement shows on each foot that they're almost hairless with the exception of some hair found on the tips of their tails.
Right.
On the right-hand side, their names are Fire and Star, and the one on our left-hand side here, this is Lenny.
So big.
I know.
They're mainly active in the mornings and evenings and enjoy wallowing around in the mud during the heat of the day. Wallowing in the mud helps reduce irritation caused by biting flies and ticks, as well as helps them with the season. In the summer, their coat is almost the species of born the largest herd to inhabit the Serengeti. Today, it is estimated that there is 1.5 million white-bearded wildebeest sold out in this area. The wildebeest are continually on the move due to the severely in their behavior. So again, our white-bearded wildebeest are off to the right-hand side, and I promise you they're habitat. The Barbary sheep are still pursued by native hunters, and it may only be a matter of time until they're completely wiped out in Africa. However, free-ranging Barbary sheep were successfully introduced into the canyons of the Colorado River and into parts of California. Again, off that left-hand side as well, we have our zebra. There are several subspecies of zebra, and the ones we have here are the Grant zebra. They are easily recognized by their bold black stripes, which completely encircle their bodies and legs, and are especially
No, they're moving. They're just watching the cars go by. Look, one's going right up to a car right now.
Get out.
Eland is the largest of all antelope, weighing up to 2,200 pounds and standing about 2 meters tall.
Like this.
The most distinctive characteristic of these is their enormous hollow spines, which are straight and spiraling near the base. So some of our Rothschild giraffes are starting to walk across the road, causing a bit of a giraffic jam. I appreciate the laugh. Thank you so much. Each giraffe has their own unique set of spots, much like you and I have our own unique set of fingerprints. Right? And as such, they must deal with one side of their body than the other. Born December 31st, 2013, she is Canada's very first artificially inseminated giraffe, second only in the world. Wires and gills. Active now for a group of kangaroos is a mom troop worker.
Baby kangaroo.
Kangaroos are unable to walk correctly due to how long their feet are, so in order to move slowly, they must use their tails for balance. Kangaroos are able to jump as far as 8 meters and as high as 2 meters. You notice that there are not only rare damage here on the head like a horse, tail like a donkey, and hooves like a cow with webbing between their toes for swimming. Due to the webbing between their toes, they are very good swimmers and will often hang out in the water. It is quite common for them to grow 2 sets of antlers per year. Their summer set, which is the largest. A striking feature of the sea deer is their large well-off patch of white hairs to conceal their short tail. Deer's named in the Japanese word shika, meaning deer, essentially naming them deer deer. The nilgai is the largest of all Indian antelope.
Look at the baby right underneath the tree. See it?
Both males and females have a white ring around each hoof, as well as 2 white spots on either cheek. It is only males which grow horns. Their horns average about 20 centimeters in length. Males are also iron gray in color and can often look blue and white in certain lighting. They're referred to as the flip bull. The fact that the word nilgai means nil means blue, which ties into the word meaning brown. The females along with their young are tawny brown.
This is yak.
The coat of the yak is very thick and shaggy, and it protects them during snowstorms, as well as allows them to live in temperatures as low as minus 40 degrees Celsius.
Oh, minus 40 Celsius.
In times of danger, the yak will form a protective circle around their young with their horns facing at the base, and horns like a wildebeest, nose like a moose, and tail short and bushy like a bear. They're very odd-looking creatures, but they are considered a national treasure by the Chinese. China has created 2 reserves for the Sichuan Tonkin. They are fully protected under Chinese law. It is estimated that there's less than 5,000 left in the wild and fewer than 50 in North American zoos. refer to as park deer. Male fallow deer, which grow antlers, and the antlers of the fallow deer begin developing in their second year. They consist of first of a simple layer of fur, which when the hair is known as it. It's feeding time for our animals in this reserve, and they all know it. Our tour of the game reserves is now coming to an end. As we exit the reserves, I encourage you to check out our other activities we have to offer as part of your day here on safari. We have our birds of prey flying demonstration, viewing area.
चलो ट्रिप पूरा हुआ अब उतरो ये कहाँ है हम कीनिया
से
गेट्स
अंदर जा रहे हैं यहाँ पे कुछ
कीनिया गेट्स अब यहाँ पे क्या एक्टिविटी है लेट्स सी अंदर जाके पता चलेगा सबसे पहले खाते हैं पिज़्ज़ा पिज़्ज़ा के बाद डिसाइड करेंगे क्या करना है ओह सो बिग फूड कोर्ट हाँ तो भाई कौन सा पिज़्ज़ा खाना है तो चाहे चीज़ी या फिर वेजी पिज़्ज़ा एक स्लाइस ले लेते हैं इसके बाद देखेंगे भूख लगती नहीं लगती ये पिज़्ज़ा लिया है हमने चीज़ी पिज़्ज़ा अच्छा लग रहा है टेस्ट देखते हैं कैसा है इसका क्या है भाई हमारा बो स्ट्रोक किंग वॉल्चर ये किंग वॉल्चर golden eagle चलो सी ईगल पीछे ही है भाई और ये बिल्कुल करीब साढ़े दर्जन है बहुत बड़े बड़े सो वाह खूबसूरत आबशार फॉल्स मसनूई क्या अभी ठंडे हो जाए थोड़े स्प्रे ठंडे पानी का स्प्रे ओ कूल स्नेक शो एलिफेंट वॉच सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग ये मिस कर देता हूँ अच्छा वो आ गया हम यहाँ पे
Okay, where is it? Probably in the bag in the back.
They have like 200 acres out back.
Oh, nice.
There's a big old concourse.
इतना बिग नहीं है मतलब छोटे होने लग रहे हैं अभी बच्चे हैं शायद
बहुत बड़े वाले नहीं हैं जब देखे हैं पाकिस्तान में जो कौन से
Yeah, the rest of the time, other than the shows.
Well, it's not a show. We're not allowed to have shows anymore for anything.
वो तीनों नाराज
अलग हुआ है ना वो एक यहाँ पे भी है छोटे हैं यार पाकिस्तान में तो मैंने इससे बड़े देखे हैं एक वहाँ है बाकी मेरे ख्याल से 4 5 6 टोटल 6 हैं ये देखो भाई आइसक्रीम कौन सा आइसक्रीम ली हुई ये बॉल्स स्मॉल बॉल्स ओके यहाँ पे भी लोग बैठ रहे हैं क्या है
What are you guys doing today? Awesome. Well, my name is Ravina, and with my team, we're going to be free flying some of our birds of prey for you guys, specifically some of our raptors, so you guys can get a nice close view of them, see how beautiful they are, and then also see some of their amazing hunting tactics. So the first bird that's going to be coming out for us today is actually going to be coming down from the back of the field.
Now her name is Pippi, and she's going to be chasing after a ground lure that's going to be pulled across this field, aiming to mimic some of her fast-moving ground prey. Now Pippi is one of our shyer birds, so what I'm going to need everyone to do with me, super loud, is count down from 3 and then yell out fly to try and encourage her out into the field. Sound good with everyone? Alright, you guys ready? Alright, in 3, 2, 1, fly! And look to the back of the field. Here she comes, and we'll see if she can make the catch. And she's got it. We can give her a round of applause for that, everyone. Now Pippi here is one of our red-tailed hawks, and you guys may be wondering, where is that iconic rusty red tail that these hawks normally have? Now Pippi here is a juvenile, and they don't actually get this coloration until they're about 3 years old. Now red-tailed hawks are one of the most common hawk species found here in North America, so chances are you guys have probably seen it. It's a special subclass of birds of prey, and they're characterized by their super sharp talons, their really sharp beaks, and their really strong feet with which they hunt with. Now this includes hawks, as we just saw with one of our red-tailed hawks, as well as eagles, falcons, and the next bird that's coming out for us, which is an owl. So coming out shortly is Theo, and Theo is one of our barred owls. He's thinking about it? Here he comes. Now as Theo's flying, I want you guys to notice just how close down to the ground he flew. Now this is because owls are silent hunters. Now the prey have very good hearing, so it's really important that these owls stay nice and quiet while they're flying so that they don't alert their prey. Now by flying close to the ground, these birds don't have to flap their wings, and so they make less sound. Now as Theo is up here, I hope you guys got a glance at those beautiful black eyes that he has. Now this is a great indication that this bird here is nocturnal. Now a lot of people do think that all owls are nocturnal, and this simply isn't the case. We do have puscular owls, which means they hunt the dawn and dusk portions of the day, as well as diurnal owls, which hunt at the brightest portion of the day. Now these owls, their eyes jut into the back of their skull, and they're held in place by sclerotic rings. And these rings make it so that these owls aren't actually able to move their eyes independently of their head, which is why they need that wide range of motion with their head. Now a lot of people do think that owls can turn their heads 360 degrees fully around, but this simply isn't the case, because if it were, they'd actually end up strangling themselves, which isn't ideal at all. Now they can move their heads 270 degrees around though, which is still pretty cool. Now the next bird that's going to be coming out for us shortly is probably one of the better well-known birds in the bird kingdom. She's going to be flying down the field for us today, and I want you guys to yell out as loud as you can what bird you think that is. Does anyone have an idea? Yeah, you guys got it. That is Granger, one of our bald eagles. Now Granger here is going to show just how good he is at fishing. Our trainer is going to place a fish lure on top of this pond, and we'll see if he can catch it right off the surface. And he's got it. Let's give him a round of applause for that, everyone. Now Granger is now showing off that beautiful white tail and iconic bald head that these eagles have. Now this coloration doesn't actually happen until the birds are about 5 years old, and the juveniles stay a more muddled brown color. Now many of you may not be familiar with the sad past that these eagles have had. In the 1960s and the 70s, there was a pesticide introduced into the environment called DDT. Now this pesticide was sprayed on farmers' fields and then made its way into waterways and then up the food chain through bioaccumulation. Now this pesticide didn't directly harm any of the birds, but what it did do was inhibit their ability to uptake calcium. Now we all know, calcium is really important for us to keep nice and strong bones, but for birds, it's really important for keeping nice and strong eggshells. Now with this lack of calcium, these birds were producing very thin and very brittle eggs. So thin that when the now as Storky is flying around for us today, I want you guys to notice some of those key features, like that skinny orange beak and those skinny orange legs. Now these are both great indicators that this bird actually isn't a raptor, but is instead a wading bird. which means that they'll walk really slowly through rivers and streams, making sure not to stir up any sediment before catching some of their prey with that sharp beak of theirs. And their prey could be crustaceans or small fish. Now these birds migrate from Europe down to Africa and back up again. And this journey takes about 9 months in total, which is why they're often associated as the carriers of human babies, because this is the duration of a normal human pregnancy. These birds have actually also been known to nest on top of people's homes in Europe, and it is a sign of good luck, but these nests can weigh up to a ton and have been known to actually collapse in roofs. So maybe not something you're looking for, unless you are superstitious, of course. Now the next bird that's going to be coming out for us today is actually my favorite here at Safari, and she may be yours as well. She's a bit of a goofball, but I think you guys will understand what I mean when she does come out. Here's Johnny, one of our striated caracaras. Now you guys may realize that she's very comfortable on the ground, but not to worry, this is totally normal. These birds are native to the Falkland Islands, which are just off the coast of South America. And on these islands, there are no native predators, shrubs, or even trees. So these birds have adapted an on-the-ground lifestyle. Now these birds are also very good at scavenging, and Johnny is going to show us just how smart she is. Flipping over that flower pot and getting a nice meal. Now these birds are also very intelligent, and they've learned that if they team up together, they're able to take down prey as large as sheep, which is very impressive, as that is a 3-pound bird. Now, however impressive this may be, the farmers of the islands didn't enjoy this very much, and they did begin hunting these birds down quite close to extinction. But again, thanks to conservation efforts, their populations have risen, and just goes to show you how good conservation can be. Now, before our next birds come out, I was wondering if we had any brave children in the audience today that wanted to volunteer, come down here and do a bit of running with me. I'm going to ask you guys to raise your hand as high as you can. I'm only going to pick a few kids from each stand, so please only come down if I do pick you. And I'm going to have you guys meet me here by this gate, alright? Alright, you in the purple with the hearts, and you with the pink in the very, very back. You in the pink, and you in the red. The sunglasses at the back, and you in the pink hat. You in the blue shirt, and you with the Blue Jays hat. You in the blue shirt, and you in the red Puma shirt can come down. Alright, you guys are doing down here today. Not to worry, he'll come back in mostly one piece. You guys see that stone wall at the back of the field over there? Everyone see it? Alright, I'm going to have you guys warm up. If you just want to run down there, stop and make a line, okay? Go ahead. Now, as you guys may have guessed, we're going to be racing some birds today, which may seem a little bit silly, but coming out from your left shortly is a pair of black bulls, Murphy and Kirby. Now, as you guys can see, these birds are very fast in the air, so you may be wondering, why are we doing a race? Well, these birds are scavengers, and they do have flat feet, which makes them very good at running, and we're going to show you guys just how fast they are. A volunteer? No? Alright. Well, some rules for you guys. It's important that everyone's...
No sound.
Audience, do we have any support for our brave volunteers? Alright, and how about for the volunteers? Awesome. I'm going to need you guys to cheer as loud as you can for your team. Volunteers, are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Looks like we got some pretty speedy volunteers over here. They took lead. The vultures were cheating a bit. They were using their wings, but our volunteers won. Now let's give them a huge round of applause, everyone. Now you guys can go home and brag to your friends and families that you're officially faster than a black. Before us will be Cleo, and Cleo is a lanner falcon. Now these falcons can reach speeds of up to 120 kilometers an hour, and today we're going to be showing you guys an aerial hunt. Now our trainer here has a winged lure that she's going to be swinging around, aiming to mimic some of Cleo's fast-moving prey.
Left side.
Now right now we can see Cleo kind of going all over the place. She's going in circles, maybe she'll go behind some buildings and some stands, but this is a totally normal part of the hunt, and it's called waiting on. Now these falcons do these for a few reasons: to get a feel for the wind and the air, also to warm up their flight muscles, but also as a confusion mechanism, so that their prey, or our trainer in this case, doesn't know what angle Cleo will be coming from, or even that she's being hunted. Now these birds get their incredible speeds by going super high up, tucking in their wings, and diving down. And we'll see if she can make the catch. She's got it. Let's give her a round of applause for that, everyone. Now these falcons are very good hunters, and usually they're able to get their prey right out of the air. But as I said, they can go up to 120 kilometers an hour, so sometimes they're going a bit too fast. We're going to have Cleo, our Lanard falcon, down here, as well as one of our red-tailed hawks. Feel free to come down, guys, take any pictures, ask us any questions. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and have a great rest of your day.
Snack show.
Better than that. How are we all doing today? That is so much better. So my name's Alyssa. I'm here with Sophie, and we are here today from Little Rays Nature Center in Hamilton. And we have brought a bunch of our awesome reptile friends for you guys to meet today. Are we excited to meet some reptiles? Is anybody scared of reptiles? No, I love that answer, but don't worry. If you are a little spooked by my scaly friends, I hope I can change your perspective by the end of my presentation. We're going to start off nice and small with my first friend, Blueberry. We'll see if Blueberry is ready to come on out and say hi for us. There he is. So Blueberry here is what's called a blue-tongued skink. Now these guys do have a reason for having that name, and that is because of his bright, beautiful blue tongue that he has. Now he has this tongue not just to be pretty, it's because bright colors in the wild are typically a bright, flashing warning sign. They mean I'm dangerous, I'm poisonous, I'm venomous, you don't want to eat me. But I do have a bit of a secret for you guys. Our friend Blueberry is not poisonous, he is not venomous. What he is awkward. Our friend has short, tiny, stumpy little legs that are absolutely no good for running, climbing, or swimming, which is what you need to do to get away from predators. So instead, he flashes that bright blue tongue at them to try and convince him that they are clever. He is not a good snake. They are a garter snake. Now these guys are one of the most common ones we see all over the place. I have kids tell me all the time, I picked up one in my backyard. But even though they are very common to see, they are still threatened. Due to habitat loss, their wild population levels are getting way too close to endangered for us to be comfortable with them. So I do have a bit of summer homework for you guys. I know, I'm sorry, it's summer, why am I doing this to you? But my homework for you guys is to go home and learn all 17 species of snake that we rescue. We get them in all the time for two primary reasons. The first one being they live for a very long time. The average lifespan of turtles and tortoises being 60 to 80 years. They are what we call a will pet because you will more than likely have to put them in your will and cross your fingers you kiddos also want a turtle or a tortoise. They do also need a good amount of space. There he is. So Ketchup here is what's called a red tegu. Like I said, these guys are another very popular pet reptile. However, just like his big, chubby cheeks he has. Those big, chubby cheeks are called his jowls. And his jowls are what he uses to tell the ladies he thinks they're very pretty. So what he's going to do is he's going to puff up his cheeks super, super big, and then he's going to shake them at the girls. And that's him telling the girls that he is single.
Crocodile.
I'm hearing crocodile, not a crocodile. Oh, he's not an alligator either. What is he? He's not a turtle. I think I did hear it. He is a caiman. Our friend here is what's called a Cuvier's dwarf caiman. These guys are the smallest species of crocodilian, but don't let his size fool you. He is very important and a 40-year-old man. Now, Mr. Wiggles here, as a semi-aquatic predator, has some pretty awesome adaptations. One of those being that hard, bony skin that you can see. He is what's called an osteoderm, literally meaning bone skin. He is wearing a suit of armor 24/7. That is what protects him from his predators or other caimans trying to encroach on his territory. He also has that big tail back there. That big tail is what he uses like a boat's rudder. So that is what he uses to propel himself through the water, allowing him to swim a lot faster than if he were to be doggy paddling. Now, his last adaptation, and my personal favorite, is Mr. Wiggles actually has 2 sets of eyelids. He has one that closes up and down just like us when he gets to the girl after. Let's see if we can come on out and say hi.
Oh.
There she is. I'll give a very nice hi, Raindrop. Oh, I think we need to try again. I don't think she heard you. Let's all say hi, Raindrop. Oh, wonderful. But I do have a confession. Raindrop really didn't hear you. Snakes don't have ears. But I'm sure she did feel your love. And I hope Raindrop is one of the biggest snakes you guys have ever seen, because as a reticulated python, not her herself, but her species, is the longest snake in the world. The longest one being measured at about 33 feet. That is about the length of the yellow school bus or the public transportation bus that takes us almost everywhere. And if you can imagine a snake that long, that is one long snake. These guys are an arboreal species of snakes, so that means they like to be up in the trees, hanging out up in the branches. So she is holding on to Sophie fairly well right now. But they are also a constrictor, so that means that Raindrop likes to give her prey a big hug before eating them. I don't think it's that weird. I like to have my pizza before I eat it too. But Sophie here is in no danger of Raindrop thinking she is food, because as much as I love snakes, they are a little dumb. You only need 2 qualifications.
I'm assuming you can't touch it. You're right.
That's an owl. That's an owl.
ये है भाई हैरिस हॉक। वाह, ये शो 4:30 बजे, हम पहले ही आ गए। सिल्वरी चीट, वाइट नेक, और जो है भाई ये ऊपर का ये वाला और जो है ये ऊपर।
You see the call?
Yeah, aren't they usually colorful? I think you're right, Maya.
That was called a hornbill.
Wapo. Wapo?
Blue throated cow. ये है ब्लू एंड गोल्ड मकाओ। ये भाई अल्पाका लांबा, वाइट वाइट एंड ब्राउन। इसे देख रहा हूँ लोग। चलो भाइयों ट्रेन में बैठो, बड़े भी बैठे हैं भाई। चलो हम इस पर बैठते हैं। कहाँ है भाई? अभी अंदर गया नहीं गिरा। चलो बड़े ये है अफ्रीकन फिश ईगल। रश चेक करना भाई मेन गेट पे जाने के लिए। ट्रेन का सफर फ्री।
Good afternoon, welcome to the Nature Point Scenic Byway. I'm pleased to be your guide on the tour this afternoon. Just as a friendly reminder, with the exception of water, there is no eating, drinking, or smoking, as well I ask that you please remain seated with your arms and legs right within the train at all times. We are going to be entering a 40-acre reserve consisting mostly of open woodland. It serves as a natural refuge for many wild animals and birds native to southern Ontario. Predominant vegetation in this area includes willow, ash, elm, poplar, and a large sheltering white pine forest. The nature-based scenic railway is intended as a scenic ride and not as an animal display. Therefore, it will only be by chance that the animals are seen. So keep that in mind and please keep your eyes peeled and your cameras ready. The train you are riding on is being pulled by a miniature replica of an 1863 CP Huntington steam engine. The original steam engine played an important role in building the western portion of the first transcontinental railroad from 1864 to 1869. Today, the original engine stands in front of the railroad station in Sacramento, California, as a symbol of an engineering marvel of over 100 years ago. Coming up on your left-hand side, we have what we call our trumpeter swans. As we travel throughout this reserve and as you travel throughout the park, you will be seeing a big number of the Canadian geese. Distance. It has been determined that the V formation serves two important purposes. Firstly, it conserves their energy, and secondly, it's an easy way to keep track of every bird and to assist with the community. Facility features a computer-controlled ventilation system, heated floors, and natural lighting. A laboratory and research center within the facility enables our staff to continue their efforts in maintaining one of North America's most successful breeding programs for this endangered species. African Lion Safari is an accredited member of the International Elephant Foundation that supports conservation, education, and research worldwide. With their passion, expertise, knowledge, and partnerships, they inspire and engage people to ensure a vibrant future with elephants everywhere. Every night.
वाटर स्प्लैश एरिया भी है यहाँ पे, बच्चों के लिए अच्छी एक्टिविटी है यहाँ पे। सारे पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चों को जो पानी से खेलना चाहे। तो भाई इस बोर्ड में बैठेंगे और लाइन लगेगी पूरी, तो वेट कर रहे हैं। देखते हैं भाई इसमें जगह मिलती है नहीं मिलती।
As we tour around Water Safari Lake. Just a friendly reminder, there is no eating, drinking, smoking, or vaping while on the boat. As well as I ask that you please remain seated with your arms and legs while within the boat at all times. Today we will be seeing a variety of primates and birds from around the world. During the winter months, these primates are housed in heated barns. The first animal coming up on our right-hand side is the ring-tailed lemur. You will see him coming up on the wooden structure. Ring-tailed lemurs are found only on the island of Madagascar. The most striking in the lemur species, the ring-tailed lemur have a black and white barred tail, which is held aloft in an S-shaped curve formation while walking. Their tail alternates from black and white and ranges from 12 to 14 rings, but it always ends in a black tip. We do have 2 of them. They are a little bit cuddled together right now. They are relatively large lemurs, the average weight being 4.9 pounds. This species has a slender frame and a narrow face box-like muzzle. Unlike most primates, the ring-tailed lemur have a reflective layer behind the retina of their eye, which enhances their night vision. Straight up ahead to the right-hand side a little bit, you'll notice our robust black spider monkey. His name is Flip, and he's completely black from head to toe. You might also notice our black-handed spider monkey, and he is a rusty grayish in color. Both spider monkeys have specially adapted for life in the trees, having long, slender limbs and a prehensile tail which acts as a 5th limb. The tail actually has a hairless patch of skin near the tip with grooves like a fingerprint, which enhances its ability to grasp branches, exposing their soft white belly towards the sun. As of 2017, the population of the ring-tailed lemur is believed to have crashed to as low as 2,000 individuals due to habitat loss, making them a little... With their hook-like hands and short thumbs, long arms, compact bodies, and no tails, they have adapted a little bit differently to life in the trees from the spider monkeys. They live in family groups consisting...
हमारा दिन आज लायन सफारी पे ख़त्म हुआ और हमने यहाँ की सारी एक्टिविटीज़ कर ली एक्सेप्ट 1। यहाँ से हमने लास्ट बोट राइड ली है और अब बोट राइड लेने के बाद हम आगे पार्किंग में गाड़ी लेके अब हम जा रहे हैं घर की तरफ। और अच्छा रहा, बड़ा फुल्ली एक्टिविटीज़ वाला था और बहुत कुछ करने को था। कभी भी हमें ऐसा नहीं लगा कि हम बस गार्डन में बैठे हुए हैं या कुछ करने को नहीं है। तो फुल टाइम बहुत कुछ किया हम लोगों ने और अब अच्छी बात ये कि हम जल्दी फ्री भी हो गए और जल्दी आ गए थे और जल्दी जा भी रहे हैं, विच इज़ ग्रेट। तो बस ओके।